Today let's talk about Last Breath, the new survival thriller. This movie was directed by Alex Parkinson, starring Woody Harrelson, Simu Liu, and Finn Cole. This movie follows saturation divers who maintain these gas lines in the North Sea. By being set in Scotland, you get to view the beautiful shoreline. When you are above water, you do get to see how beautiful Scotland truly is. And I just love movies with great scenery. During this film, it is stated that this is one of the hardest jobs on earth, if not the hardest. And obviously, all blue-collar folks are probably going to argue that their jobs are a lot harder than one another's just for the fun of it, because why not? Finn Cole is Chris Lemmon, and he clearly is the newbie on the work crew. And in comparative to seasoned veterans, Duncan, aka Woody Harrelson, or Dave, Simu Liu, he seems to be the new guy when it comes to all of this. Before going on their journey, compression time is important. They have to spend 4 days in these tubes that eventually do get sent down below in order to adjust their bodies to the pressure that is going to be had under the sea line. And they're going to be going about 300 feet deep, which is kind of crazy. It's got to be dark as fuck down there. If they don't do this compression time, they're gonna die, their bodies are gonna get fucked up, and nobody wants that. This movie is called Last Breath for a reason. This movie is about a rescue mission. Honestly, if you're claustrophobic, this movie may not be for you, but what a great way to overcome your fear by watching this movie, because a lot of this movie is spent in tight spaces, underwater, in dark places. I'd like to comment on the complexity of Simu Liu's character, because he represents like a very serious tone when it comes to this job, because he knows the dangers of this job. Meanwhile, Woody Harrelson's character embodies the whole entire personality of what it's like to be Gen X. Kind of just like, I don't give a fuck, let's do this dangerous job, whatever. Like, I'm pretty sure he mentions all you need is like common sense and a bottle of booze to get through the job. This is a mini spoiler alert. Woody Harrelson's character Duncan, it is his last ride when it comes to doing the job, so maybe that's why he's also feeling so carefree, because it's the last rodeo. I personally loved all of the POVs and all of the different camera angles they used to film this movie. You get to see the perspective through cinematic lenses, but also through like the monitors up top on the ship when it comes to being in the tube, and you get to see the POV, probably what they use in real life to actually view the workers and to ensure great communication and to ensure that they are safe when they're 300 feet or more below the surface. So I thought that was very interesting, and it added a lot of realism to the movie, and I genuinely appreciated that because it made you feel like you were in the tube with them. The thing I liked about Last Breath is that it shows the extreme complexity of the job, the importance, and the riveting teamwork it takes to even get these jobs done. There were so many hands on deck, not only below the surface, but above the surface on the ship as well. You have to maintain and fight the ocean. Meanwhile, you're trying to do a job below and communicate and have all eyes on deck and all hands on deck, literally and metaphorically, to ensure that Scotland is going to get heat for the winter. I feel like this is Hollywood's way of like doing a nod to blue collar jobs, and I genuinely appreciate that. I've definitely worked a blue collar job a day or two in my life. Not very long, not long enough to be, you know, glazing the shit out of it, but I've done it. It's hard work. Nothing like this movie, clearly. Maybe painting and like some warehouse work, which isn't that aggressive at all comparative to the job that's being done in this film. Personally, I feel like we need more stories about everyday people and their hero's journey, because I feel like it motivates and ignites the human spirit to a place that a Marvel movie just kind of can't do. Don't get me wrong, as a nerd myself, I like Marvel as much as the next person. But there's something about a story that is real and tangible that just kind of moves me emotionally in comparative to a different movie such as a Marvel film. Obviously there's been some heart-wrenching moments and very like emotional moments within Marvel itself, but I just like that this movie gives you an energy that's kind of just invigorating, and it just made me feel good to watch something like this. It reminded me of like the experimental days in the 90s when like all these different types of movies were being greenlit, and it kind of gave that ambiance of that era, and I really appreciated that. I honestly felt a range of emotions. I felt happy for the new guy when he first got his job. I felt anxious for his fiance once she found out he got the job. You know, I felt saddened when shit went wrong, and I felt happy when shit went right. Stories like this are ones I'm looking forward to in Hollywood, and I'm hoping that more of these stories are going to be created. I understand there is a transcendence of essentially movie making and storytelling going into TV shows, but there's just something so special about sitting down in a theater and feeling a range of emotions with a bunch of strangers. There's just nothing like it, and I honestly enjoyed it so much. I'd say give this movie a watch in theaters because it's not going to hit the same if you're at home in bed with a bunch of Cheetos in your face. Yeah, that's more comfortable, but I think this movie deserves to be watched on the big screen. And I just wanted to comment too, I was using a backlog of videos, and maybe my energy wasn't quite there in the last videos because that was like pre-sickness. I was sick for about a week and a half. I believe I had the flu, but I am back. I am charged up, and I'm gonna be on some real shit. I want to provide great content. So all of that stuff that I recorded like a few days before I got sick, I just wiped it. I deleted all of it because I don't want to provide lackluster content in order just to put out a video. So I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what movie you want me to watch next. Let me know what TV shows you want me to watch next. Make sure to comment down below with those suggestions, and don't forget to subscribe. Until the next review.